Hi, my name is Gabby and welcome to my channel, Gabby on Paper. In today's video, we are going to do a reset for the month of October. We're going to start off by going over the goals that we set for September and taking a look at how the month went, and then setting new goals for October and then the rest of the year. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so today we're going over September, and what that had in store for us was not good. So my very first goal was to do yoga 27 days, and the reason it wasn't 30 was because I was going to be out of town for 4 days or 3 days or whatever, and I wouldn't have had the time to do it all the days. So 27 days was the number of days I chose. Every day I would be here in Chicago and I would be able to do it. I did not hit this goal. And this kind of happened pretty early on. I was like on it for like 6 days and then just life happened, you know. 2 Hydro Flasks per day also did not happen. My Hydro Flask is 40 ounces, and I think I was maybe drinking like 1.5. And then right before I started my new job and I had to go to Utah, there was no way for me to keep track of my water consumption, and honestly I wasn't drinking that much water. And then also at my job, my water consumption also decreased, so I did not hit that goal. I didn't keep track of 15 days of no soda, but I can tell you that didn't happen. There's something like for me, like drinking soda at work, like during lunch, that I get from the vending machine. I like it. It's like a fun treat for me during the day, and I did not hit this goal. And also with the trip to Utah, everything just kind of went out the window, and I wasn't focusing on not drinking soda. I was dealing with other things. So finish 6 books. Definitely did not do this. I'm gonna go over a little later, kind of like the recap of September, kind of go over like how many I did finish and what my favorite book was. So we'll just leave it at that for now. Delete 500 pictures and videos. I hate this, but I didn't do that either. I'll tell you, 471, so pretty close, but didn't get there. Rollover 401k, did not do that. No excuse other than I just didn't open a 401k with my new company. Self-care days, I got a haircut, but I did not do my massage, and I was gonna go out to eat and spend some time by myself, and that's because of my unexpected trip to Utah. I had the day scheduled for, I want to say it was Wednesday or Thursday, I think, and then on Tuesday we got a call about a death in the family, and we had to unexpectedly go back to Utah just to be there, and so obviously that didn't happen. Go to the lake 3 times, that did not happen. I want to say I only went once, again because of Utah. Just everything was derailed this month because of that unexpected trip. I mean, what could we do? I went, I think, once before going out to Utah, and then once we got back I was working, and now it's cold. It's in the 60s here in Chicago, and I think the weather app says that it'll be like mid-50s in the next week or so. So I think beach season is over for us. Workout 4 times a week also did not happen, all because of Utah. And then so that kind of, I started off strong, and then going to Utah just derailed that. And then my new job, honestly, like being out all day and socializing all day has been really hard for me. I get home super tired and just need to reset. And then in the mornings, I just like feel like I don't have enough sleep and I can't get up in time to do my exercises. So it's something I definitely want to work on in October, because I've gotten out of that working out routine that I had created. So it's definitely going to be a goal in October. And then 3 new restaurants. This is 3 new restaurants in Chicago, and we did not do that. There is a trend, and there just wasn't enough time. There just wasn't, between spending, a good portion, like 5 days or so in Utah, going back to my old favorite restaurants there. It's like the restaurants that I've missed. I wasn't trying to try new things. I was just trying to hit up my favorites. And then we went to Charlotte and we did try a new restaurant, but that's not really what this is about. This is about new restaurants here in Chicago. So that we didn't get there. And then reach 500 YouTube subscribers, and that is a big fat no. This month was a very slow growth month for me. I did end the month, I checked it. I was at 467, so I really didn't do well. Let's take a look. I ended August at 444 and I'm at 467, so it's 23 new subscribers. So I'm so excited to have you all. Welcome. But I've been shy of my goals the last couple of months, so I probably might take a step back, I think, from setting those type of goals for now. So now that we've gone over the September goals, like, it's very clear that this month did not go according to plan. It was a really rough month for me, for my family, just overall, like financially and everything. Obviously, a death in the family led to an unplanned trip back to Utah, which was my first time there since moving here to Chicago. And it felt so good to be there. Honestly, like the couple of weeks leading up to going, I had been missing just our home a lot, like missing the mountains and our restaurants and just knowing where to go and the convenience of having a car and everything. And as much as it sucks of why we had to go back, it was nice to be there and be with, family and see my friends and all that. So, yes, it's an unplanned trip, unplanned expenses, but I'm really glad that I was in a place financially that allowed me to go. This is where my savings came into play. Just pull money out of my savings to cover the trip. Obviously not an ideal situation, but that's what it's there for. And so now we'll go to the October goals. Okay. So for October, I'll just quickly go over these goals, and there's 10 of them. I want to finish 5 books. I have really taken a huge step back in the number of books that I've been listening to with audiobooks. It's been crazy. Like at one point I was doing 10 books a month, and now I'm a lot less than that. Life has just gotten crazy, and then for a while I was unemployed, I was just enjoying watching TV, so I'm not going to force myself to listen to books when I would rather be doing something else. So that's okay. But I am trying to get back into it, especially now that I'm commuting to work and can listen while I'm at work doing work. So I'm hoping to listen to 5 audiobooks this month. Goal number 2 is to fund half of November, and this is referring to the budgeting app that I'm using, or the budgeting program, I guess, that I'm using, and that's YNAB, or You Need a Budget. The goal ideally is to aid your money and get at least 1 month ahead with your bills. So I want to at least in October fund half of November's bills and expenses. Then number 3, it's to work out 4 times a week. Like I said, September was a huge failure. I mean, you saw all those red X's, but I want to get back into the routine of working out. Just a couple of things I want to keep kind of in mind while I'm doing my workouts is I need to prioritize my Peloton rides over my Peloton yoga classes. And just because obviously a cycling ride burns more calories than a yoga class, and I need to do that to either maintain weight or lose a little bit. And I still want to make sure I do yoga during the week, because honestly, I do feel a lot better. I never really believe people. I'm like, I don't feel a difference, but I actually do feel better. My body gets a little creaky if I'm not doing it. I just feel all tight and stuff. So yoga is a priority for me, but not as much as like the Peloton cycling classes. And in order to get these workouts in, I am a morning workout person. I will not do it after work because I'm tired and I'd rather be watching TV and eating dinner. So I need to make sure that I wake up in time to at least get a 30-minute class in for Peloton. If there's extra time, then I can do a yoga class as well. And then I also want to make sure that I incorporate weights into my workout routine, because I don't think I did weights once in September. I was kind of picking it up a little bit in August, 1 to 2 times a week, and so that was good. But in September, I don't think I did it once. I mean, it was a crazy month, but I still need to get into it. Number 4 is to go leaf peeping. I mean, it's fall. It's hard for me to say that fall is my favorite season because I've always been a summer person, but they're both fantastic, and I'm excited for fall. And I'm very sad summer's over, but I am very excited for fall. So I want to go leaf peeping, and it won't be as easy not having a car, but I know I've seen pictures that there's a few parks around here in Chicago, and the trees, turn, the leaves turn, and I'm excited to go check them out. Number 5 is I don't want to eat more than 4 work lunches out. That would be 1 per week. What I'm thinking is 1 lunch out per week, 1 work from home day, so I just eat at home, and then 3 lunches that I take to work is my goal. Maybe next month I can lower that even more and not have any. And then sometimes my work will provide food, or if one department had food, there's extra left over, so I wouldn't count that as going out to lunch because I didn't pay for it. In September, my boss did take my team out for a meal just at a restaurant nearby, and it was a lovely time, a good way to meet the people in our team. And there is going to be another new person joining the team, so maybe we'll get to do that again. So we shall see. But for me, paying for my own work lunches, no more than 4 lunches out all month. And then number 6 is that I want to get back into YouTube, and that is in quotations because I've been posting, I'm pretty sure pretty regularly. I missed 2, maybe 1. I don't know. I missed 1 or 2 videos because of the unexpected trip to Utah, which can be expected, of course, when something like that comes up and you're not obviously ready for it and not thinking that's going to happen. You get behind. And then because of my new job, I've just kind of been out of it. I've been forcing myself to film these videos just to get them up and not break my routine, my YouTube routine. But I want to start getting back into enjoying it, because it has just felt like a chore to me. And I don't necessarily want to take a break, because if I take a break, I don't know if I'll come back. I'm a creature of habit. If I break a habit, then I won't ever do it again. It's really bad. I shouldn't be all in or all out. I can ease up if I need to, but I don't want to. I want to get back into it, get a little ahead on my videos that I can, and just come up with something a little more a YouTube routine that's consistent, film on these days for these videos that are uploaded on these days or whatever. Number 7 is 15 days of no soda. I've mentioned this before, but I am a huge Pepsi drinker. I love it. I I really love it. And it's really hard for me to cut back on soda. And I'm not saying I drink a ton of soda all day. For example, at work, I'll have 1 12-ounce can of soda, and that counts as a day having soda. So it's not I'm drinking it all day, but I still need to cut back and not drink it every day. And I mean, I haven't been drinking it every day, but I'm drinking it more often than not, which is no good. Number 8 is to delete 750 pictures and videos, and this is something that is always on my goals list because I'm always trying to downsize the number of pictures I have on my phone. I have about 7,000, and I'm not saying necessarily that I want to get to 6,200, but I don't want to keep going past the 7,000 because I'm always taking screenshots or doing videos or whatever. So I want to make sure I keep things deleted that I just don't need to have on my phone, and also go back to pictures and like screenshots that are no longer relevant and get those out of there. Number 9 is I have stopped responding to YouTube comments. This is all part of my September funk. Like, I wasn't enjoying filming. It felt like a chore, and so I didn't want to be on social media, so I haven't been. But I so appreciate everyone taking the time to leave comments because I know it helps and I'm seeing them. I do enjoy, the comments and chatting and stuff. So thank you to those who are doing it. And then the final goal is number 10, which is to open an Etsy shop. I have gotten a couple of requests to put my budgeting sheets on Etsy so people can buy them, and that has been the nicest compliment because I put a lot of effort into figuring out InDesign, and just that even a couple of people are willing to buy them is huge for me. So in October, I want to make sure that I open my Etsy store and just put them up. I think what I'm gonna do is make them undated, so I don't have to worry about listings for each month or anything like that. Just kind of keep it simple. The 4 or 5 inserts that I have, list them all undated, so without the October portion or without the dates in the calendar, so people can just fill that in and use it over and over. I think I'm gonna do that and open up an Etsy shop at some point this month. And just like September's goals were all red, I want these to be all green. That is going to be my 11th goal, to hit every single thing. I'm gonna make it happen. You watch. So that's it for the goals portion. I did want to go over a couple of other things just to kind of reflect on the month of September. So talking about my largest expense for the month, I'm sure you know what it is, and that was the trip to Utah. I spent $911.47 those 5 days that I was in Utah. So that included a flight, that included some money that we gave my brother to pay for his rent, just to take a little bit off of his plate to pay for his next month's rent. We split, amongst a few people. So there was that, just as we're thinking of you, don't worry about your rent, because he works in a field that if he's not going into work, he's not getting paid. And while he does have money saved up, he's a saver, just to make it a little easier for him. So yeah, so $911.47 were spent in Utah and going to Utah, which was a lot of money that was not planned, but that's okay. So next was what I would say was my biggest financial problem area, and this was actually personal shopping. Nothing new here. This is an area that I struggle with. I think this month I had emotional shopping / back to work shopping, which created a big problem. I did buy some clothes for work, and I'm actually I returned a lot. I did return a lot. I'm only keeping things that I actually will use and that are kind of, things that go with various tops, various bottoms, things like that. So I can create different outfits. And I didn't spend as much as I did in May, but none of that was planned. I knew I guess I didn't know. I did know. At the very end of August, it's when I accepted my job to start on September 12th, but I guess I had already created my budget then, and honestly, I wasn't expecting to buy anything until later until we got the news about the death in the family, and it just all happened. I just spent all the money, the emotional spending, on back to work clothes. But something I'm definitely working on for October, hopefully no personal shopping is the real goal. Keep it in budget is the more realistic goal. My biggest win for the month of September, and it's something that I definitely needed after all of these losses, but my biggest win for the month of September was my job, like starting my new job. I can't explain the difference in how I feel about this job versus the one I quit on August 1st. It is just night and day. It's the company that's better, the people, better pay, just the job itself is better, like the work that I'm doing I enjoy more. It's crazy. I am loving this job so far. I am loving the company, and I so love already all my team members. They're all the nicest. It's actually a team of women, which I love, and they're all around my age. There's one that's I would probably say like 8 years younger, and then one that's a few years older than me, but we're all just like similar, like, you know, only one of them is married with kids. They're all like, I don't know, kind of like in a similar place in life is what I'm trying to say. So I really like working with people like that because I haven't had that before. At my old employer, there were actually quite a few people that were older, or if they were my age, they had, you know, families with, you know, a bunch of little kids or whatever. And well, that's fine, of course. It's just not something that I can relate to since I don't have that. And then obviously religion played a part in that, being in Utah. So that was by far my biggest win, and I can't imagine something topping that the rest of the year, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. Going back a little bit though to my biggest financial problem area, which was personal shopping, I did have a favorite purchase, and that favorite purchase of mine was a black mini skirt that I bought from Target, and I'm going to insert a picture. I am in love with it. It's so cute. It's so cute on, and it looks nice at work, and I'm gonna start wearing it with tights so I can keep going into the fall with it, and I love it. I can't believe, like, if I hadn't been in Utah and didn't buy it there, like go to Target randomly and just like killing time like I used to do, just walking around, I wouldn't have found it. So even though it was like my biggest part of my biggest problem area, it was my favorite purchase. I love it. And then finally, just kind of to go over the books I read. So I wanted to finish 6 books. That was my goal. I only finished 3, which is crazy. I was listening to one book for about 2 weeks, so it ate up a lot of the month, and I was just not into it. It's why it took so long, and I didn't finish it. So I finished 3. I got more than halfway done with a 4th, but I couldn't bring myself to finish it. And then the final one is The Ink Black Heart, which is the book I was waiting for to come out. It is a very long book. The audiobook is over 30 hours. It's probably closer to like 33 hours. I'm not sure exactly, but I am 77% into the book, so I'm almost done with it on October 1st. I'm just not finished. I gotta get going because it's going to, my loan is gonna expire soon, and you can't renew those audiobooks as far as I know. But that is my favorite book of the month, is The Ink Black Heart. But yeah. So the last thing I wanted to touch on is the rest of the year. Today's the start of the 4th quarter. It's October 1st. And I am really, I've said this before, but I am really, really taking the time to get myself together for 2023. 2022 was a hard year for me, kind of. It was a fun year. A lot of big things happened, obviously, biggest one being the move to Chicago. But I also didn't work for a good chunk of the year. And while I love the fact that I was able to take time off without really worrying about money, it's time to get back to it, to start working on my financial goals again. I'm very excited for the coming 3 months. Just aside from the fact that I have this new job that I'm loving, we have some exciting things happening. October is going to be kind of a busy month. We have a visitor. My boyfriend's going out of town. In November, we are going to Mexico. And then obviously December is Christmas and New Year's, and I am here for the holidays. I love the holidays, but it's just I love the end of the year. It's an exciting time of year, and just the fact that I'm going to go into 2023 with a job that I like, in a new home, a new city, a new state. It's a good feeling to have figured things out for the most part in 2022 so that I can start 2023 fresh. So I am wearing red today because my team, the Utah Utes, are playing Oregon State. So we're watching the game, and it's currently halftime when I'm filming this. And so I'm just wearing my Utah shirt in support of them. But if you've made it this far, thank you so much. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe.